I'm Brian Tazi here with Brad Smith at the Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity, and we have a very special guest here, the newish, I'll say newish CEO of Time Inc., Jessica Sibley. Jessica, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
It's so good to be here. Thank you for having me.
So you popped up in my LinkedIn feed. Big new cover, Kim Kardashian and Sam Altman. Tell us about that cover and what else you're working on over at Time.
Yeah, we are so excited to have Kim Kardashian, the founder of Skims, an incredible visionary leader, icon, activist, investor, as well as Sam Altman, OpenAI, leading us into our next history of what was our future. We don't know what that is yet. We can't predict it. But the whole package, the whole editorial package is around our Time 100 most influential companies list. And I'm super excited about this list because it's not just identifying companies based on their size. They're either large or they're small or their stock price. It's based on impact and influence with a lot of different measurements of what companies are doing that are meaningful and that matter and that are actually driving change and doing different things. So we love this list. Definitely check it out.
Is there a common denominator that you can name or a common theme or driving force from all of the individuals on this list that seems to really permeate through all of their mentality, all of their thinking, and what makes them successful as they are?
Leadership, strategy, how they're impacting people's lives and their communities, what their revenue mix looks like, and really it's all about influence. Who are the leaders around the most important ideas that are owning or being the CEOs of these different diverse companies? And their companies, 70% are in the US, so it's a global list. And they're all different sizes. They're in all different types of verticals. There's so many exciting names on there, including Skims and OpenAI. We've got Baby to Baby. We've got Kia. So just very, very diverse.
The stories I would argue of Yahoo and Time there's this parallels. There's a lot to call out. So we had our CEO on, Jim Lanzone, talking about a profitable business, a business that is doing very well, that is prominent in the industry. And I think of Time, wow, that brand has just laid witness to so many historic events. And I see the reinvention that you're doing at your company. Where is the brand in its transformation? How is the business doing?
We are doing well. We are an investment growth. And we are celebrating our centennial. So 100 years of Time. We are a traditional legacy media brand. We are one of the most trusted throughout the world. And I can say that now, 6 months into my tenure, I've traveled the world for Time. And everyone has a Time story around the world. And everyone seeks me out to tell me their Time story. So in a crisis of trust, our journalism is really meaningful and it matters. Rigorously reported, unbiased, and the YouGov study, I think, points to sort of who the winners are in trust. So standing on our history and our legacy as a 100-year-old brand is really meaningful. My role, and I'm so honored and privileged to be the CEO of Time, to lead us into our business building, our transformation, and making sure that we solidify our future for the next 100 years.
There's a lot of fear in journalism right now, especially, that jobs might be replaced by generative AI because of the productivity, because of the speed or the efficiency, but you're championing the human element of journalism. What's your message that you're telling to even your internal stakeholders about how important the job that they're doing is, even right now, and what, even as generative AI becomes more accepted in society, how that could be used at companies like Time, and where humans will still have a necessary role?
Well, here we are at Cannes Lions. You mentioned the word creativity. I don't believe that AI can replace creativity. And the conversations that I've been participating in this past week, especially with Vivatech and the opportunity to work with Mark Benioff and the Salesforce organization and everything that they're leading in AI, it's all about opportunity. It's actually, the conversation is about excitement and enthusiasm and opportunity. Yes, there will be changes, but we've only experienced change, at least in the media business. We went from a magazine business, 3 stations, to look where we are now. And we've been able to really evolve and and meet consumers and consumer behavior. I think AI has an incredible role to play in making us smarter, faster, more productive, and taking away some of the mundane tasks that, whether it's in our business or any business today, that can be replaced and further powered by AI.
Time is plugged into lots of areas, whether it's the U.S. election cycle, whether it's the war in Ukraine. I mean, these are big pressing issues that we at Yahoo Finance, we look through them in many respects, the eyes of the markets and stock prices. Let's go into 2024. How polarizing do you think this election season will be? What are the world's biggest challenges?
There are many. And what we do is we write about the people that are telling these stories. That's our role to play at Time. We're unbiased. We're going to continue to be rigorously reported. We're going to tell the stories about the ideas and the people that are making an impact, hopefully building a better future and driving change. We have a large DC, incredible team, and we're going to be covering all of the conversations. But we're not just covering news and politics. We own culture. We own healthcare. We own music. We own sports, entertainment. There's so many things that we write about, and we're really proud of the decision to take down our paywall. Again, in our 100 years, we feel that news literacy and trusted journalism in a crisis of trust matters more than ever before, and we wanted to make all of our content for the last 100 years available to everyone, anywhere in the world, for free.
It takes a lot of guts to make a decision like that. Before we let you go, any other tips to leaders such as yourself out there that are dealing with challenges, whether it's to take down a paywall, hire employees, fire employees? What are some tips for success?
I believe in culture and communication, and over-communication is something that a mentor of mine had taught me through an incredible 2 years, 2008, 2009, of change in the economy and in the media business. And I think if you're transparent, you're authentic, you let people know what we're facing and focus on the positive opportunities to drive and make change, that's the best way. And I would also say for us, diversification is something that I've learned throughout my career, only doing legacy media. And if we can build new businesses and do a lot of testing, taking some risks, seeing what works, that's where we're going to thrive.
Is there an early front runner for Time Person of the Year?
I knew you were going to ask that.
Well, I'll tell. Mark Benioff has been advocating, I should say, we are privately owned by Mark and Lynn Benioff. They are co-owners and co-chairs of Time since 2018. And Mark has been talking for 18 months about Person of the Year to be AI. And we had Zelensky last year, and he was advocating for AI. He and Lynn were in our offices on Monday prior to going to Europe, prior to taking a digital detox holiday, and they were there with their two daughters. And I toured them around our beautiful Time offices. I'd love to host you there if you haven't been. And the two daughters were advocating for Taylor Swift to be Person of the Year. So we'll see.
Allen Iverson will be very happy to hear that AI will potentially be the Person of the Year for Time.
That is really cool. Just Sibley, good to see you, and good to see all the efforts you're doing over there at Time.
Thank
Look forward
you.
to staying in touch with you.
Thank you so much.